Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline. For those of you that don't know, and this is o.emme.he. The lighting's kind of horrible. We're just gonna ignore it. Let's jump right in. So, this is my first video of 2021, and I've been gone for a while. It's already February by the time you guys will be seeing this. It's gonna be February 8th, because I'm giving myself some time to edit and stuff. So I finally put together my reading cards, my beautiful reading cards. These are all the books that I want to read in 2020. So here are the books, a little overview. Along with this stack, I do want to read another stack, which I will probably post sometime soon, of all the books or some of the recommended books that I have for Kayla, aka Books and Lola's Buzzword Readathon, where she just like put out for the year for everybody to just do their own thing. So yeah, let's just jump right in to what I have. And the last two books, the last three books that I talk about are ones that I've already read, because I've already read some of these. Okay, first one we're going to start with is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This was one of the last books I got from Book of the Month, because I had to pause my subscription real quick just for my like pockets. And I was so excited for this to come out. It is absolutely stunning, and I have no idea what this is about. I've been avoiding everybody who talked about this because I want to go into it blind, because you know I love to go into my what's it called, to my books like that, to mysteries. Goodness, the struggle. Okay, next I want to read One by One by Ruth Ware. We all know how obsessed I was with this around my birthday, which is around the time it came out, and I still have not read it. I have heard a little bit about this. Some people are not fans, but I still want to read it. Next, I have Lazaretto by Diane McKinney. I bought this at the Dollar Tree. It just caught my eye because I love like the colors and all that stuff, and it's a stunning cover. Most of my covers are, because I do a lot of cover buys. I don't necessarily know what this is about, I'm not gonna lie. Next is Wicked by Gregory Maguire, and I've had this book for a while. This is one of the first books that I ever bought, and I believe I bought it off Thrift Books. So I definitely want to get to this year, because that was in like 2000 something. Next is The 1,000th Floor by Catherine McPhee. I remember hauling this, and again, stunning cover. I still have no idea what it is about, but I know it's the beginning of a series. So yeah, I'm really good, as you can tell, at ignoring books or book reviews when I don't want to know what they are. Okay. Next book is Emancipated by M.G. Reyes. I'm not gonna lie, the only reason I got this book is because this is the first and only time I've ever seen an author with my same last name. So I wanted to get it. It's just about a bunch of teens being emancipated and the stuff they go through. This next one is You by Caroline Kepnes. I have both of the books. I also have the sequel, and so I want to get on this, even though I've seen all of the Netflix series. I love it. I still want to read the books because that's what we do here. Next book is I'll See You in Paris by Michelle Gable. I read The Summer I Met Jack by her. I'm pretty sure she's the one that wrote it, and I adored that book. That book was like the best thing to ever happen to me. So I'm excited to read this. This one I do know what it's about. This is about a mother who goes off in her 20s, lives her best life in Paris. Years later, when her daughter, she gets pregnant, whatever. So years later, when her daughter's like in her 20s or maybe 30s and is getting married, she wants to know about her dad. So she travels to Paris and talks to her mom's friends and just kind of tries to live the life she lives to get to know her father. Next is Ignite Me by Tahina Mafi. I also have Unravel Me here. I don't know which one comes first, but I am utterly obsessed with this series. I already read Shatter Me, which is the first book, and I can't wait to keep going. Next, I have Dancing with the Tiger. This is a lot. First of all, I bought it at the Dollar Tree yet again. I want to do a book series about books I found at the Dollar Tree because there's a lot of good ones there. But this is called Dancing with the Tiger by Lily Wright, and I just loved the cover. So I picked it up, and the first line. When 30-year-old Anna Ramsey learns that a meth-addicted tutor has dug up what might be Monsieur Dumas' funerary mask, she books the next flight to Osaka, determined to redeem her father, a discredited art collector. Anna turns herself headlong into a grand Yenable of horrors. Doesn't that sound interesting? I was only supposed to read the first line, but I got caught up. You see? Greatness. Alright, let's see what's next. The next couple ones. Okay. Next one is The Kite Runner by Khalid Hosseini. And I've heard a lot of great things about this. Not the plot though, because we don't want to know that, right? Next is You Had Me at Hola. I have heard about this one. It is basically just like two famous people falling in love, I think. Maybe. Next, I have my last two Jane Austen books. I did pretty good. I read most of my Jane Austen books last year, but I kind of just stopped. So I have Persuasion and Love and Friendship and Other Youthful Writings. So those are on my list. And then I have P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Auburn. It says she's the author of Love, Rosie. But this is what I knew her for because when I was watching this movie, which I love, my mom kept telling me about this author and how she wrote the book when she was only 19. And then I have First Impressions, which is a contemporary telling of Pride the Prejudice by Deborah White Smith. I love this series. I have 3 books of these, I think. And they go based off Jane Austen's novel. So I want to start with this one because Pride and Prejudice is the first ever book that I read by Do not say. Next, I have The Dusk of 100 Dogs by A.S. King. I got this because of Books and Lola. Kayla. I always say her at name and not her real name, but this is basically about a female pirate who comes across a witch, gets cursed for like however many dog years. I think it's like 100 dog years. That she's gonna turn into a dog, and then she comes to whatever. So when she finally becomes a human again, it's like current day, right? And she just wants to find this treasure that she, right before she became a dog, and then her like current family is trying to get her like worried about college and like normal like current day teenage stuff, but she's not interested because she's a pirate from one of the previous centuries. Next, I have The Beast Within by who? A Tale of Beauty's Prince by Serena Valentino. I love this. I think I might have all the books, all her books that I own on this thing, just because I don't know what order they go in, but there's some. And I want to read all of them. Next is The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. This is the first book in the Chronicles of Narnia. I have seen the movies, The Chronicles of Narnia, but I've never read the book, so I decided to go in and get it and read it because they were just sitting on my shelf. So we got to do something with those. Next, I have Reflection, which is a twisted tale, and it is by Elizabeth Lim. So that's just that's the twisted tale is kind of like if you change something in it. So it said, what if Mulan had traveled to the underworld? That's scary. Okay, next is Hood Feminism Notes from the Women That Movement Forgot by Mikey Kendall. Super stunning. And I've heard a lot of great things about this from multiple booktubers, as I'm sure y'all have. Next, Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. I've been trying to read this book for about 3 years, I feel like. And I think that's pretty accurate. I think I got it in 2019. We're in 21, so about 2 years. And it needs to happen. Most of these books I've had for a long time and just never read. Next, I have The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which is obviously the first in the series. So I want to read this so I can continue on with the series. And next I have Annabelle Lee in Real Life by Janelle Milans. A booktuber was talking about this during a readathon. I don't remember what booktuber. I do remember it was the Romance-a-thon or the Smut-a-thon. Maybe. It was one of those. Maybe not. I don't know, but somebody was talking about this. I think it was Chelsea Darling Reads was the one that I first heard about this book from. Okay. Next is The Power by Naomi Alderman. You don't know how many times I took the audiobook for this out from Libby, and it just sat in my library cart, and I just never did anything about it. But I'm going to read it this year because that's my only option. Next, I have two more from that series I was telling you about, Beauty and the Beast. I have Poor Unfortunate Soul by Serena Valentino and Fairest of All by Serena Valentino. Then I have this book that I got from Book of the Month. Oh, a young editor at a Los Angeles art museum finds herself pulled into the disturbing and dangerous world of a famous artist who goes missing on the opening night of her exhibition. This is Still Lives by Maria Hummel. And I just read you a piece of the synopsis. You're welcome. Okay, next Next, I have Nora Roberts, Whiskey Beach. I love Nora Roberts as an author. Next, I have Binti the Night Masquerade by Nadine Okafor. And this is the third book in the series. I already read the first two. I loved the second one. The second one was my favorite. The first one was mediocre. So I can't wait to get into this and find out what happens. And then I have Americana. I'm not even going to try to say her name because I forgot to look it up before I started filming. But I want to read this one. Next is Obsession by Maria Vanderbilt. And I feel like I got like most of the way through, but I was half asleep when I was reading. So I'm going to need to reread this. And then also Unravel Me. Like I said, I don't know which one comes first, but I would like to read them both this year. Ooh, you're gonna fall over. You're gonna fall over. Live your best life, honestly. Next, I have A Worthy Opponent. I read the first two books in this series last year. First one, loved. Second one, didn't like that much. Third one, maybe. It's about Tinkerbell and Hook, so we'll see. And I also have Sandation by Jane Austen. I have no idea what this is about. And then The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I got this as a gift and I do want to read it. And the person who got me as a gift, my coworker said I need to read it slow. And I haven't started it. Next, we have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. Love this book. Really want to get to it this year. Also, the Illuminae files. Okay, I need to get to this so that I can justify buying the Illuminae. And also, unless I read, I'm not allowed to buy any books until I read 100 books. Next is Starfish by Akemi Don Bauman. And then As Old as Time, which is another twisted tale by Liz Braswell. What if Belle's mother cursed the beast? That's what it says right there. What do you think would happen? Alright, these two we're going to talk about in a minute. Never Ever by Sarah Sadi. And this is another retelling. There's a lot of retellings on this list. Okay. I think that's it. So the rest of these I can talk about freely. Okay. Next book I want to read this year. Scythe. You would have thought I read it, but I haven't. Then Our Stories, Our Voices by Amy Reed. And then Are You Listening by Tilly Walden. And Middlegate by Shannon Maguire. And His Hideous Hearts, edited by Dahlia Alder. Remember, I was so excited when I got it. The Right Sort of Man by Alison Montclair. And The 13th Tale. There's another one over there that I forgot on my bedside table I don't want to get right now. It's called like Home or Homesick. I will put it right here. It's by Rupi Kaur. I will put it right here. And that is also on this list. I haven't started it. Oh, and the Odyssey and the Iliad, which is also right there on my bedside table because I want to read those. And these are the books. Ooh. First, let's talk about the books that I am currently reading. Okay, so I am currently reading Beartown. So far, phenomenal. It's just taking me a while to get through. I am currently reading The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Zapeni. This book is huge. I'm 21% of the way through. I'm listening to it on audiobook. And it's pretty great so far too. That's it for what I'm reading right now. Next, let's talk about these were also on this list, just so you know. And next are the only 3 books that I read in January that were also part of this cart. So I'm just gonna put it in right here and not do a wrap up this month for January. So next the first book I read, this is actually the first book I read, was Over the Top by John Van Ness. This was on this card as well. And it was great. I think I gave it 5 stars or 4 stars. Very like sucked you in. I don't know how else to describe it. It sucked you in. So I loved that. Next, Between the World and Me by Tanashi Coates. Tanashi Coates. Oh my god, this book is phenomenal, to say the least. I did give it 5 stars also, obviously. It's short and it's quick to get through, but it has so many amazing messages in here, especially if you are a person of color. I definitely think you should read this. Next is, and the next one that I literally just finished is A Map of Days, which is the 4th novel in Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I literally just finished this, and I believe I gave it 4 stars. It was so good. It was so good. And I can't wait to read the next one. I was waiting to read this so I can purchase the next one. So now I read it, but I can't purchase the next one until I finish all these other books. So this series is on hold, but it was great. Also, I just want to talk real quick about channel updates. Number 1, I'm only going to be uploading every Monday. That's it. Maybe every now and then on Thursday, but only on Mondays. Okay, that's a for sure thing from now on. What else? I am not going to be doing monthly TBRs because unless I'm doing something for like the buzzword readathon, this is the card I'm gonna pull from for what I want to read. So I'm not gonna do a monthly TBR because we just went through the majority of everything I'm gonna read, unless I decide to do like a secret TBR or whatever, which I can pull from other places. So I'm not gonna be doing monthly TBRs. Unless I have an crazy amount of books, like 7 or more, I am going to only be doing my wrap-ups every other month because I feel like wrap-ups take up a lot of space in my scheduling, especially because I only upload once a week. So this was it for January. So I'm not gonna do one for February. I will do one for March, probably at the end of the March, maybe beginning of April. I think that's it. My Goodreads goals is set to 75 books this year because I want to get more done than just focusing on reading. And ever since I set my goal to less, I have been reading less. But that is okay because I have been getting more done, or so I want to tell myself. I think that's all. Make sure to tune back in on Monday. Make sure to subscribe, please. I promise I'm back. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to share this video with anybody that you think would like it. And remember to be kind to each other. And remember to spread peace and positivity all day, every day, and it'll come back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.